Hello everyone, Coach Carol here with another tip for you in getting started with your genealogy planning for 2024. Today I want to take a closer look at how you can begin to organize your data. In the previous video, I talked about how you can get started in your planning by using your own calendar, if you like, or a Google Calendar, to carve out some time for your research and your story writing. Once you've done that, then you'll need a process, a plan for how you're going to go about storing what you find when you have done your genealogy research. So there are many, many different ways to do this, and I just want to share with you the simplest form for storing things that you've found during your research process. So I'm going to share with you today how I do it in my computer file system. You're currently looking at a portion of my OneDrive where you should be able to see all the different folders that I have regarding my genealogy work. And I've begun today to do some further organizing, and that is to put those folders into some sort of order. So I've used a simple numbering system here. Number 1 for my paternal ancestry, 2 for the maternal, 3 for my McCulloch ancestry, and so on. So you might start with that. If you're beginning your research, you might not have anything in those folders yet, but that doesn't matter. You're actually creating a space where you'll be able to find what you saved later on. So within any one of these folders, you can then subdivide it. Let's go into my paternal ancestry and have a closer look. In here, I have at the very, very top, the space where I record for individuals in my Allery family, my paternal ancestry. And then I have some extra subfolders where I have got other names associated with my Allery family, such as the Wright family or the Newth ancestry, and various other names of ancestors who are associated as husbands or wives in my Allery family. So you can see that I've been developing this for some time. So there are a number of different subfolders. Then inside my Allery family, I have also organized that into an alphabetical list of my ancestors under the name of Allery. I've been researching for several years now, so I've got some data for a few of these and a huge amount of data for others. Let me I'll go back a step. I want to get back to another section that I wanted to show you today. So I'm just going back to my maternal ancestry. And I've done the same here. I've put all the significant names into the first folder for the Cutting family, which is my mother's maiden name. And once again, some details for a few and a huge amount of data for others. Just have a brief look at, expand your view there, for my mother's data under Winifred. And in here I have a scattering of records and of photos. So if I want to further subdivide this, I could create subfolders for the photos and another subfolder for the records themselves. At the moment, I don't need to do that. There's not as many there as in some categories. However, you can see what I've got started here as a way of showcasing for myself the data that I already have for my family history research. So let's go all the way back. And of course, I've named this whole folder under Legacy, and I put a bunch of numbers at the beginning so that it always pops up towards the top of my list of folders on my desktop. Of course, I've got others in there as well that I'm not needing to share with you today. Where you've got some things that just don't fit anywhere, always have a miscellaneous folder. And if you're doing your professional studies and you've got data from other people, you might want to put in place a subfolder for your professional studies. My latest group is under the heading of Artificial Intelligence Learning. And in here, I intend to gather even more as I learn and teach how artificial intelligence can help you with your genealogy. So it's a simple structure, but I've tried to maintain a regulated and consistent naming system for each. In some cases, I might have, in this case, I've got the Alleries already in place with their names. And let me just go in here. In some cases, yeah, it's not in that one, but in some cases I put even more details into the name of the subfolder where there are same names. So I might do that for the two Edwards, for example, who are a generation apart, and I might put the years involved there into the name of that folder. And so to change the name, just pop into it and then select the dates that you want to put in place. Sure that it will accept a hyphen, so I'll just use a space and change it that way. So there's a whole heap of things that you can do to help organize yourself so you know exactly which subfolder you're going to put the new data in after you've researched. So that's my big hint or tip for you for today, is to ensure that you are able to organize your folders on your own computer desktop. Now I'm using OneDrive. You might be using other things depending on your preferences, or you might be simply putting it directly into your documents area on your laptop. Storing in the cloud is another way to ensure that you are not cluttering your own computer system and keeping it working quite quickly. And the last thing to say today is to make sure that you do a backup of your system on a regular basis. And usually I do that by downloading to a USB hard drive, and then I can use that if something goes wrong with my laptop. So that's my one tip for you today, is to get organized with your folder systems on your computer, ready to store your research and genealogical data.